Hello everyone. In this video we're going to walk through how to make a Microsoft Word document accessible. We're going to first look at adding true headings. We're going to add alt text to our pictures. We are going to have subheadings. We're going to fix some alt text, and then we're going to fix a table, and then we will check all of it with our accessibility checker. So the first thing you want to do is on the ribbon, you're going to highlight the selected text and click heading. Now, maybe this isn't how you want it to look. We can change the font color. We can change the font size. Let's do something rounder. Let's increase the size, and we're going to center it. Okay, now that I have the heading that I prefer and the style that I want, I'm going to right click on heading and click Update Heading 1 to match selection. This means that all of your headings will match. There we go. And now they'll all have the same style. We're not going to change our subheadings though. So let's click our heading here, Life and Career. To have a subheading, you go to heading 2. You'll notice there's also a heading 3, and you can add headings as well if you have more subdivisions. This is another subsection. This is another subsection. This is all under life and performances, and then we have our table. So now when we go back up, you should see all of the styles are consistent. And there's one thing, I'm going to make one inconsistent so we can find and fix the problem. So to double check everything, you want to click View and then Navigation Pane. Everything is here. You can see the headings and all of our little subheadings all in a nice neat row. And then there's this blank space. This is a really common problem in Microsoft Word. You want to add a space, but you didn't do it correctly. So you can either keep that space and click normal, and you can see over here that the space is gone, or if you want a space later, you can add that normal space in, and then you have your heading. I'm going to undo that though because I don't care for it. So now that we have all of that, our document navigation should be correct. All of our paragraphs are in this normal font. We have consistent headings and subheadings, and we're now going to move on to the pictures and do alt text. You're going to click on your picture, click View Alt Text. This picture does not have any alt text, and this is Etta James singing at a concert in France. So now if somebody with a screen reader were to read this, they can skip to a section or subsection that they want, and they also know why that image is there, who it's of, and we have that short little description. We're going to go down to our next picture. This one does have alt text, but it doesn't describe the image correctly. Now here's the thing, if you checked this with Microsoft Word compatibility, it would tell you that it has alt text, which it does, but you should really check these manually because person with microphone is not going to be helpful. So instead we have Etta James singing out at an outdoor concert in 2001. I did look up what the picture was about beforehand, so now we have correct alt text and we can close that up. So we have our headings, we have our alt text, and now we're going to move on to our table. A couple things first about this table. We're going to highlight it here. We're going to go into table design. You want to make sure that you have a proper header row. This is meant to be the header, but if it's not marked as the header row, it will not come out correctly on a screen reader. And if it goes into any other format, it could be confusing as well. We don't need the headings here. That'll mess up our navigation. So what we want is just going into the table, table design, and then click that header row button for that first row to make sure that the first row is read as the header. The next thing we're going to do is add alt text the same way that we did to our pictures. So you right click, go into table properties, and you can see that the alt text button is there. Table 1, list of award nominations and wins. And then our description, awards, nominations, and wins for Etta James from 1961 to 2008. Okay, so now we have our alt text. So we took care of 2 of the 3 issues. The last is that we are going to add a caption. So you can see insert caption right here, and we're going to call this table 1, award nominations and wins for Etta James, 1961 to 2008. Okay, so now we have 3 different ways of noticing it in our navigation. We have our alt text, we have our caption, and then when we're going to be reading it with a screen reader, we have those headers as well, the proper headers, so that people really fully understand what's there. Now, our last thing we're going to do is what a lot of people do first. We're going to click our review button, and we're going to go into our accessibility checker. It's right here next to read aloud. If you're also wondering, if everything is correct, you can test that out too, but mostly just use check accessibility. And you can see here, no issues found. The color contrast is there, meaning we don't have any light colored text. These links are a little bit light, but they're still good contrast. The media and illustrations all have alt text. The tables have our header. There's no merged or split cells, which is really confusing to screen readers. The document structure has headings and subheadings, and there is no restricted access on the document. So you could go ahead and load this right into your course. All right, that's it. Thank you, everyone.